Hi guys, I'm here with Carol. How are you, Carol?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Sal?
I'm great. Thank you so much for doing for me this for me. I was actually talking to you the other day and we were having this conversation about how I have people message me every week, tons of people asking, what are these beautiful dolls that you're posting on your Instagram account? They're like, how can I get one? How can I, get them for retail? Because I've looked them up on eBay and Google and they're a little pricey. So I was like, okay, why not have the expert, which is you, the League Club founder, talk a little bit about it. So let me ask you first. You founded this W Club group in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, so this is the 16th year, if you can believe it. We founded it in 2006, and back then, there wasn't Instagram, there weren't all these like great outlets. We used to have these doll chat boards. I'm a former collector myself, and it wasn't a good way of like getting cohesive information. And so I approached Integrity, and I said it'd be great to kind of get your information all in one place and maybe have an exclusive product or something. And the fan base was much smaller back then, and so it kind of started this thing. I mean, it was really funny. We actually started having, we had a Yahoo group. I mean, it was like very old school, and now it's blown into this incredible community. We have thousands and thousands and thousands, thousands of members, from every area of the world. Such a huge diverse group of people, collectors from 18 to 80, every different background. But the one thing that unites everybody is this love and this passion for dolls. And what's great about Integrity is that they're collectors play with the dolls. So it's not like old school collecting where you buy a bunch of stuff and you keep it in the box and you put it on your shelf. You guys are all so talented, like you, Sal,
Well, thank
who
you.
creates for the dolls, takes these amazing pictures. So it's created this really amazing community with all of these artists and creators and people who really just enjoy the dolls, regardless of your level. So I am thrilled to not only have started this, but like shepherd the growth, and then also to represent what people want at the table. So while this kind of started as like a newsletter and maybe you get a doll, I've really become sort of the chief customer officer on an outsourced basis for the company. And I spend a lot of time listening to the feedback that we get directly and indirectly, and looking at the data and saying to the company, this is what we're hearing from collectors. This is what they want. And Integrity is amazing and very responsive. And you'll see as things come out and go, oh, I asked for that. I asked for that. It's because they're listening to you. So.
That's totally true. And that's one thing that I love about the company, how much you guys listen to us. A lot of companies don't do that. They'll just kind of do whatever they want. And like you said, that was really funny how you said, oh, that product came out and I wanted it. It's because you guys actually listen to the forums and listen to what we have to say on social media and pretty much everything. So you're doing a great job with with the W Club. I think you know that a lot of us love it. And I think this year is probably going to be one of the biggest ever. Just because, like I told you, there's so many people wanting to know. They always, something really funny, they always say, these dolls are so fierce. They don't look like fill in the blank. Um, and
The
they were
doll that shall not be named.
she who shall not be named. And they're just like, I really want to get in. So I was like, let's just explain it. So we have this membership program and it's $50 and it's been $50 for a while, right?
Since the very beginning. It's the only thing that's never been raised in price. And the reason that we've done that is we've been able to attract more people. So instead of putting more of a price on each individual person, we have more people who are participating. So we're able to spread out the cost of running the club and the staff that we have over more people. So that's been a focus I've held at as long as possible. 16th year, still $50 for the year.
I think that's a really good price because there's a lot of that goes into the behind the scenes that a lot of people may not realize. Web hosting is really expensive. Um, Having people work in IT in the late liaisons, there's a lot that goes into it. So I do think it's a good price for what you're getting, and you also get a $25 coupon, right?
Yes, so you get a $25 coupon that you can use for just about anything, except for you can't use it for buying the registration or additional registrations. The purchase that you make has to be $99 or more, and it can't be used to buy another gift certificate. But if you buy really anything throughout the course of the year direct from Integrity Toys, you get $25 back. So your net investment is $25. So it's basically just over $2 a month to be a part of it.
Let me tell you why I think it's a good deal, Carol, and then you can.
Yes, please, please sell.
I think it's a really good deal because it is $50, but like you said, you get the $25 coupon. And then I think that the biggest perk of being a member is that you get to buy dolls retail. Because if you don't sign up for the membership, you're going to have to go to second market, whether it's eBay or these other second market brands, Facebook, whatever, and you're going to have to pay an up cost. And I just think it's so much better just to like pay the membership, get your $25. The $25 is going to be well invested because you can probably expect to pay more than $25 on a second market up cost. That's just a given based on my experience. And there's also lotteries, and getting lottery dolls is really hard. I personally recommend that if you can get a few memberships, if you really, really, that's just my personal opinion.
We won't stop you.
Yeah, if you really, really want to make sure you get those lottery dolls, I do suggest getting multiple memberships. And if you're like me, if you want to reroute a doll, if you want to change the hair, the makeup, or if you're just greedy like me and you want doubles, then I do suggest getting multiple memberships, and you can do that, right?
Absolutely. So just to clarify what you get, because I think sometimes there's a confusion that if you join, you get every single thing. You don't. It's still a club. We are not, we are partners with Integrity Toys. We work really closely, but it's our own separate entity. So it started out, you got one doll when I think the first year of the club. By this point in time, there are at least 8 dolls that you're guaranteed. So you get 3 different ones that you can upgrade your membership with. Each membership, you can buy 1, 2, or all 3 dolls. This year, Nadja, Elise, and Poppy Parker. And then we have 5 additional dolls, 2 from Poppy Parker, 2 from FR New Face, and a third one, which we don't say what it is, but it usually comes from a top tier brand during the course of the year. So those are 8 different dolls, no stress, no additional cost at retail cost that you are guaranteed the opportunity to purchase. You don't have to, but you're guaranteed. And of course, each of those has an individual price associated. So that's where you don't have to go to the secondary market. Often we end up with more exclusive products. We just don't guarantee it. So I can only guarantee you the 8, but often there's more. And like Sal said, usually lotteries and other opportunities and other first come opportunities that come to the club. It does not mean that every single doll Integrity produces you get first access to. We try to give you information. We try to help club members in general, but on a personal basis, we cannot guarantee. I wish that I could, but I cannot guarantee you'll get every single doll, but it will really help with your collecting. And like you said, Sal, sometimes you win a lottery and maybe for something that you don't want, or you won 2, and you can then trade that for something else that's a holy grail that maybe you missed in years past. So there are a lot of ways as you get involved in the community to use the membership to help your collecting, even if you don't, let's say you collect fashion royalty, but you don't collect Poppy Parker. Well, maybe there's an opportunity for you to get a Poppy Parker and then trade it for somebody else who wanted something. And that's just how the collectors help each other out. But we always recap the year about like how many opportunities you get during the year. And even though we promise 8, it's usually quite a bit more.
Yeah, because there's way too much good stuff not to put out.
Yeah.
And one of the other perks I want to say, it's the forum, because even if you're not really talkative in the forum, I know I'm not. I prefer, other social media outlets. There is a section in the forum where you can get help. That's very helpful. And there's this other section on the forum, which is the marketplace, which is where I spend most of my time. And you can pretty much get really good deals that you wouldn't get in other places. So I think that's like perfect. If you like to trade, if you like to buy things, I think the forum is like a really
It's
good source.
It's huge. We don't take any fee. It's just you guys, we just create that forum. The only thing we'll say is we don't get involved in your transactions. So we don't take a fee, but it's up to you guys. So we do say, vet the other side of the transaction and ask for references on the form for people who've dealt with the people before. I would say 99% of everything goes off very well. It's people, so we can't control for every person. But the forum is really a great place for collectors to help each other. And if there's a holy grail that you want that's a ton of money on eBay, again, people might be willing to sell it to you at a better price, or for you to find some way to trade, or for you to also promote your own work. I mean, again, somebody like you, we're really into entrepreneurship. I think it's amazing, this whole ecosystem that's popped up around the dolls, and how many entrepreneurs like you have created businesses out of being able to sell your own fashions or rerouting services, or whatever it is. And so we encourage that. We think that that's amazing. We want everybody to be super successful and think it's an awesome thing. So if you've made a cool outfit, you want to sell it on the forum, we've now just given you a collector base to go ahead and offer that. And as I said, we think that that's fantastic.
And I think that's a beautiful thing, and it's a good thing you mentioned that. Thank you, because W Integrity Toys is one of the few companies that is so supportive of small businesses, artists, and you guys really do encourage that, and you like let people bring out the best um, out of the hobby, because having hobbies is fun, but when you can make money out of your hobby, it's even better.
As I always say, it's so much better to have a hobby that you can make money from than one that sucks up all of your money. But if you can't do it and it just is a money suck and you enjoy it, that's also a good thing.
And Carol, I want to tell you that another big perk that I've been experiencing since 2015, because I've been a member since 2015, is the convention perk, which you can actually register before everyone else. I mean, I'm sure you guys, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen this year at, who knows, but if there were to be a convention, whichever way it would be, you would have the perk of being able to sign up first, have sign up priority, and it's really competitive to get convention dolls at a good price. That's why I think it's a good idea, and I have to say that's one of the other perks that I love about the W Club forum.
Yeah,
Membership.
and I think one of the nice things that you're sort of touching on is that we do have so many different perks. And whether it's the convention, the access to dolls, whether it's the forum and the community, we do some Q&As with the designers, we do releases. So there's different ways for you to experience the club if there are just certain aspects that you like better than the other. In terms of a convention, again, we cannot guarantee you that you will get into it, because there's always a fight over that. But we do let the W Club members have first access. And again, knock on wood with integrity, because everything's in such demand, it never really makes it to the public. So if you want access to these special, lottery items or things where it goes to the club first and then to the public, like most of the time, it never really gets to the public. So you want to be part of that inner group that has first access. Doesn't guarantee you, but it certainly gives you a better shot.
I think that like in the 5 years, well, 6 years now that I've been collecting and having a member, I don't think it's ever not sold out. So
No, and it's like there's just more and more demand. And last year, obviously, with the virtual, there were more people that had access to it, because you didn't have to take time off, you didn't have to pay for travel, you didn't have to pay for the hotel. So even more people wanted access to it. And again, this is the kind of feedback when we see that we're going back to Integrity Toys and saying, hey, we're seeing an increase in demand, we're seeing this, you might have to raise this. And while anytime there's a limited product, you're never going to 100% be able to meet the demand. I mean, even when we do the made to order products, like I can tell you, last year there was one doll in particular where we did a made to order, had a really high edition size, and like within a couple months it had like 700 people on the wait list, like in case someone didn't pay. And I'm like, you had the opportunity to order it, but somebody might have wanted an extra, or maybe they saw it in person and changed their minds, or they didn't have the money then. So even when we do the made to order, there always seems to be more demand for the product. So very high class problem to have, but it's just our job to help the company get the feedback of, hey, there's more demand for this, and so you might need to raise edition sizes, or you more need to think about how we can include more people. So we're always thinking about that.
and they keep getting better and better each year. every time I see a new sign up sheet, I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to cut back. What are you doing to me? But
It's a challenge. It's a big challenge.
you just gotta be smart about it. That's it. And another thing that I want to mention to the possible newbies this year is that the warranty with the products is the best I've ever seen. Like honestly, if you have an issue, you can contact patient care, and you guys really do have like the best warranty with toys and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the focus, the thing that you're alluding to in all of this is this is a customer centric company. So in the club, you have the liaisons who are your VIP customer service. If you have any question, you can email them. They will email you back and answer your specific question directly. You've got patient care, which takes care of you if you have a problem with your doll. It really is, it's not a company where it's like run by management or run by, the product people pushing stuff. It's really, what does the customer want and how can we meet the customer's needs? And that's front and center in the company. And all these things that you're mentioning, I think are just highlighting that that's how the company is organized, which is, as you all know, very, very unusual, whether we're talking about the doll space or any company in general, which is why from a metric standpoint, when we send out an email, we get like 90+% email open rates. When most companies send out an email, they get like 10% email open
Yeah.
rate. So it's a really good symbiotic relationship that we have with the customers.
And I really do have to tell you that you guys did such a good job with the pandemic. There have been a lot of product delays, just not just with toys, not just with it's been hard on a lot of companies, fabrics, clothing, everything, and you guys still managed to put out the product and give us a certain amount of dolls, and I think that's so respectable, and I think that speaks really well of you guys that you guys really think about us because I don't know. Last year has been hard with, getting everything out on time, but you guys have done a great job. So I just wanted to tell you that too.
Well, thank you. I feel a lot of that is luck. I don't look down at any company. It's been a really challenging environment
Mhm.
to manage. And I would just say for manufacturing companies, even before the pandemic, there are a lot of shifts that are happening and a lot of new things that people have to be aware of. So it is really hard. And certainly, even integrity is not immune to that. I mean, timing has slipped, things have taken longer. The only thing that we can guarantee is if we say you're going to get something, the company is going to do everything it can to deliver. It may be a couple months late. It may, like our club dolls came out in January, but like you got them and they were spectacular. And
Yeah.
that's the best that we can do. But it's not for lack of trying. I can tell you that for sure.
No, we can tell, and we're really appreciative that you still managed to get everything out and keep us happy because we're always like waiting for the next one, waiting for the next one.
And
And
by the way, I have absolutely nothing to do with that. So I'm on your side. So I'm the annoying one being like, guys, we need to get this. We need to get the picture. We need to get, when are we getting this? We need to whatever. So like I'm the one that's like expressing all of that to the poor design team and production
well, thank
teams
you.
that have to deal with that, who like are probably like, Harold, just be quiet already. Like we're doing the best we can. But no, we have to do this. So I can promise you, anyone who knows me, I am not shy and I am not quiet. So if there's something you guys want, I'm definitely asking for it over and over again. And I also, the one thing I'll say about the collector base is that it's very consistent. I mean, even to like your ordering patterns, like in terms of like what percentage of the people order early and what percentage of the people order late, like there's literally a pattern to it that we can project out. And so because of that, and because of the kinds of feedback, most of the time when something comes up, like we've already brought it up before we even release the product. This is what they're going to say. This is going to be the feedback. Can you change this? Blah, 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 blah. So like when we see the feedback, I always go, see, I told you they were going to say that. Just because like we spend so much time on it, our team just knows the collector base so well. So obviously it's shifted, it's changed. We get new people, but we've adapted and we've been able to like really understand what drives people, again, both directly and indirectly.
And that's something we need. So thank you. So just a quick rundown. It's $25 for a down payment for each doll, and it is non-refundable. And both, well, Poppy, Naja, and Elise are both $140. And you have the choice to put down the $25 deposit, which, like I said, it's non-refundable, and then you pay for the rest whenever they start shipping, right?
Yes, so it's $50 for the membership.
Mhm.
If you want to buy $1, 140, two, 280, three, you just keep adding on to that. If you want to buy more than one of the same character though, that's when you need multiple memberships. So if you wanted two of Elise, but only one of the other ones, then you would need two memberships. So that's kind of how that works. You can also buy extra memberships without adding extra dolls. If there's any confusion, we explained it during the registration process, but we're happy to answer those questions in advance. But yes, so you're paying upfront the $50 plus a $25 deposit on each doll, and that 115 comes as a balance plus shipping when you decide to ship it. You can ship it wherever you want. We don't, whatever you put in today, it doesn't matter. It's when you pay the deposit, you can decide. So if you decide you want to ship it to a friend for their birthday or whatever it is later on, or you moved, that's not a problem. You can decide that at the time that we're actually get the dolls in. Because again, they're made to order, they're made for you. We're literally saying, this person wants a doll, we are making you your doll. And that's the amazing part about these upgrades and the exclusives that we get throughout the year. And then the other tip I will give people, if you're worried about, oh, am I going to have the money when it comes due? Integrity Toys in their shopping cart also has the opportunity to buy gift certificates. So
Mhm.
we have people who budget during the course of the year and buy themselves gift certificates. So if you buy the doll now and you know it's going to be $140, you pay the $25 deposit, they may put down $50 each of the next month in gift certificates so that at the time that you pay for it, you have those gift certificates ready to go. It's just a way that collectors have told us that they budget and make it easier to pay for the doll. Like you look at you're like, oh, that's a
Yeah,
great
that's a really good idea. You should just like whip it out of savings.
yeah, and so if that's something that helps, that's what a lot of folks do to kind of budget in terms so that they don't get hit with this giant payments. At the end, some people just like, I'll just stick it on my credit card. So it depends. Oh, we're always about options and flexibility
And you guys ship worldwide too, right?
everywhere in the world. Now,
See.
based on where you are, there may be different kinds of methods that are available. That's all depending on the shipping services. But usually there's some options. The only thing I will say is I understand that some places charge customs fees and duties. Um, it's against the law in the United States for Integrity to change the customs forms. So they have to write the actual amount of the dolls. And that they cost, like we feel really badly about that, but there's no way we can't say, oh, it's only worth $10, just because they're a big company and they want to comply with all the laws and regulations. But there are some people who will ship either to a shipping service in the US, or they'll ask another club member to be sort of their shipping service partner. They'll pack up a bunch of dolls and then they'll send them out there. Sometimes they'll take them out of the boxes for them to make it cheaper. So if that, like, shipping is a concern, again, that's part of the great part of being a community. People have all kinds of tips and tricks for you to be able to get around that. You just have to ask the question. So
Yeah, when they're so real, they're so way. I have some boxes that I'm shipping to friends, so
yeah.
it's definitely doable. And the deadline is March 8th, right?
So the deadline is March 8th. I think it's at 5. But what I would suggest is to do it sooner, because what happens every single year without fail is that the deadline passes and March 9th or whatever the day after is, people go, oh my God, I just woke up and totally forgot. I thought it was the 6th. I read it upside down, and can I still get in? And we call the club, we are exclusive but not exclusionary. So we're exclusive in that we'll let anybody in, but like up until that date. So once that date passes, it's a no-go, and you don't want to miss out. If you're not sure, you're like, I know I want one, but I might want more. You can buy as many as you want during the period. So if you want to buy one membership with one of each of the dolls now, and then think about something else, or you can add, you can't add to the first membership, but you can buy additional memberships and add additional dolls to those anytime during the period up until March 8th at 5 o'clock. But we would love to have you. We have so much fun, and it's so great to see new collectors each year and to, like, add to the excitement. And it's just, it's like the more people we have, the merrier. Like, it's so great.
Yeah, and like I told you the other day, there's so many people that are like first timers this year that are just ready. They're like anxious. They're like, when can I access the form? When can I join? When can I? I think
Yeah,
it,
and I should mention that too, is that when you register, it usually takes about a week to 10 days for us to approve that registration
mm,
and to let you into the form and to send you your welcome email. So if you don't get that right away, don't panic. When you register in our shopping cart, you will have an account and you can access and see that everything went through. But our team is real busy right now
right.
and trying to service everyone as well as they can. And we want to make sure we don't make any mistakes either. So that's what there's a little bit of a manual piece because the forum and the shopping cart are two separate systems. They use two separate sets of IDs. And so there's some manual work that goes into that as well.
That's so true. And I did want to tell you, Carol, going back to 2016 convention back in Chicago, um, it was my first year out of college. That's because I had recently become a member. Um, and I was fresh out of college, and that's when I won the design competition.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
And I do have to say that you were very kind and very comforting and just like had a really good energy. And I don't think I ever got to tell you that it meant a lot to me, how
Oh,
comforting you were. So I did want to tell you that. So thank you for being always so kind, so friendly, and really so nice to everyone that, you see at conventions. So I did.
oh, it's my pleasure. So I'll put it right back to you. So you are so incredibly talented. I mean, you blew us away with that competition. And so, it's my pleasure. But you've also been just such a great community member. I mean, think about you approached me for this opportunity. What a sweet thing to do. Like, that's incredible. You've done content for the club. So it's like, it's a two-way street. And this is what makes it a community. It's not just about me or about you, but it's about everybody coming together and sharing the passion. So I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you. For those of you who don't know my background, I do about 12 million other things too, all kinds of all over the place. So as I always tell people, like, I definitely don't need to do this. I do this because I want to and because I feel like I have a responsibility to the doll community. And I feel like I have a unique ability to take everybody's information, pass that along to this amazing company with fabulous designers and just an incredible product, and to strengthen the experience for everyone. Integrity is my family, the Newsom family. I mean, they are my family. Like, I love
Right.
them as family. The designers as family. This is a family endeavor. It's really important to me, their mission. This started as a company that is committed to diversity, and their first products were the first fashion dolls that use truly ethnic features in the market. They're trailblazers, and there's a commitment to creating an experience that every person, again, regardless of background. So I take this responsibility really seriously. As I said, like, I enjoy everyone. It's just, as I said, everyone's so talented and so interesting, and just brings it something of value to the community. And so I'm proud to be a part of it.
Well, thank you so much, Carol. And thank you so much for breaking it down for us. I feel like a lot of people are going to be more comfortable now,
I
and they're
hope
going to
so.
be glad to see a friendly face who can, give us the 411. And so, yeah, thank you so much for being with us.
No, thank you. And head over to integritychoice.com to start the process. And again, as we said, if you have questions ahead of time, always better to ask them first before you kind of get in the middle of it and then need something undone. wclub at integritychoice.com are our liaisons, and they can answer any questions and are happy to do so up until March 8th, and then they can't help anymore. But Sal, thanks again so much for being such a great community member and offering up this opportunity. And I hope it was helpful.
It was, trust me. So, thank you so much. And I really hope you have a nice day.